So you truly believe there are certain foods that are a better choice and can lead to weight loss and reaching your ideal weight for your entire life over Ozempic. Like you actually think there's foods better than Ozempic?
I wouldn't word it that way because, as you know, my mission is to teach people about a Nutritarian diet, which includes the whole dietary structure and portfolio to slow aging, maximize human lifespan by protecting against cancer, heart attacks, strokes, and dementia. So yes, are there a certain food, what are the foods that we should eat that maximizes our health? And the reason it maximizes our health, because it enhances the nutrient density of our cells. So we need the high quality of nutrients in the amount of phytochemicals and antioxidants and the nutritional diversity in the cell, which makes for each cell's lifespan. At the same time, we want to lower the cell's toxicity, which means there are toxins from the external world, but there are also toxins the body produces, like reactive oxygen species, a type of free radical, advanced glycation end products, lipofuscin, ammonia, uric acid, urea, formaldehyde. Actually, the body makes formaldehyde and ammonia, believe it or not. But the body has to remove those things.
Yes.
So I'm saying more toxins, less nutrients, more disease. More nutrients, less toxins, more lifespan. Now, when you strive after more nutrients and less toxins, what do you think that does for your desire to eat calories?
Turns down the apostat.
That's exactly it. And what happens when you have no nutrients and you have a lot of toxins? It makes you can't control them. You just desire to eat more and more food. You can't stop it. And a lot of different mechanisms.
I tell everyone this when I health coach them. I've actually experienced this. Have you experienced it ever?
No.
Well, never.
Did I ever eat bad enough?
Yeah. Well, okay, I'll give you an example. I remember it so vividly because I remember I actually felt like a calorie consuming monster, and I laughed to myself because I hear you say this all the time. But I was in New England in a beach town, and there was only seafood and carbs. That's the only thing. I could not locate a salad, and I was very far from the beaten path, wasn't near a grocery store, quick stop with friends. We were on a road trip, not trying to be fussy. And there was only bread and seafood, and I was starving. And no matter the pieces of bread that I ate, I couldn't feel satiated because I'm so used to feeling satiated on a healthy diet with so much nutrients. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is how people must feel, and it's terrible.
But you wouldn't have lost your nutrient density so quickly. You know what I mean?
Think?
So
I was hungry.
It's a different mechanism. Because there's other mechanisms to control the appetite.
Okay.
There's the fiber content of the meal you weren't getting.
Yeah.
That leads to biochemical fullness of stretch receptors, but also there's signaling to the apostat in the central nervous system based on the bacteria breaking down the fiber and turning it into short chain fatty acids. The short chain fatty acid that is a result of healthy bacteria is called butyrate. Now, butyrate turns down the apostat in the hypothalamus. So you were not getting any butyrate signaling to the brain, like you had enough food, and you weren't getting any signaling of the gut stretch receptors and nutrient receptors. So you feel like, but it's not the same thing as the drive to overeat due to lack of cellular nutrients, which would take longer to occur.
Right.
Excuse me a second. Still recovering from that little cold, but I'm really better.
Do you need water?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I definitely experienced where I felt like I wasn't satiated due to lack of fiber. I get that.
Yeah.
So there are certain foods that are very high in fiber and nutrients. So you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. You're getting all the anti-cancer and anti-disease benefits, and you're getting the weight loss benefits because this diet leads to our ideal weight.
Right. You're getting 10 things together that make, so when we're saying better than Ozempic, it's like when you take in a meal that has green vegetables and beans or lentils and nuts or seeds, those three things, it naturally slows gastric emptying. And that's a different process where it makes you satisfied with fewer calories. Then, not only did it make you satisfied with fewer calories, both raw vegetables and beans and nuts and seeds, their calories are not all biologically absorbable. So let's just say this for a minute. When you have about 200 calories of beans, you feel like you ate 200 calories of beans, you're satisfied with the 200 calories. 200 calories doesn't come into your bloodstream. When you eat 200 calories of nuts, your brain gets measured 200 calories, your stomach feels 200 calories, comes in, doesn't keep you hungry. You're not hungry for hours and hours and hours, you're not hungry. But 200 calories never enter the bloodstream. When you're eating carrot sticks and cucumbers and celery and jicama and raw vegetables, you just ate 200 calories of carrot sticks. Those 200 calories never go into the bloodstream. there's too much caloric loss from these nuts. So not only do they delay this gastric emptying, they satisfy. This is how I say moderate caloric restriction. The diet automatically moderate caloric restricts you because you're eating the amount you feel like eating, but then all those calories never fully enter the bloodstream. Whereas if you had, bread, seafood, pasta, mayonnaise, olive oil, eggs, all those calories come into the bloodstream and you can't get them out and you can't, right? So you feel like you ate 1,000 calories, you got 1,000 calories. When you're eating the vegetables, you feel like you ate 1,000 calories, you're only getting 700 calories. Okay, so now, but not only do those calories now all come into the body, but because they rush into the bloodstream so much faster and create a caloric rush. So now you ate animal fats, which enter the bloodstream, whoosh, like you flushed it in there. Now you ate olive oil and coconut oil, which put 200 calories into the bloodstream in 3 minutes. And now you ate some bagels and some bread, which enters sugar calories in the bloodstream within 5 minutes. So now you put 400 calories in the bloodstream. Fast. And that stimulates the brain just in the same brain centers had you taken the oxycodone. It's the opiate centers of the brain have been stimulated and overstimulated. And now it makes you desirous to consume more calories. And I say, now you're the calorie consuming monster. Now people might get mad at me for that term. It's like not politically correct. They feel like I'm insulting people who overeat or eat or are overweight. But I'm saying it's not their fault.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming people.
It's like an angel devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that devil part takes over where it's really it sounds like it's your body's mechanisms and you're powerless.
Right. They're culturally indoctrinated to think these are the right way to eat. And then biological mechanisms rewire the brain. Mm-hmm. So they're habituated to feeling uncomfortable unless they overeat calories. Mm-hmm. They're not, so it's taking away their willpower.
Right.
Now it's like an alien driving them to overeat. That's why I say calorie consuming monster.
Yeah.
They're not satisfied with a few calories. Not them per se. Mm-hmm. It's just that their body needs calories, wants calories, and feels empty without the calories.
Yeah. But it's not helping their health goals or their lifestyle or long-term health or short-term health. Right. When you choose these foods. Right. And that's where the term SOS is so important. A Nutritarian diet is an SOS-free diet. It's not the only, it's I think, the best quality SOS-free diet. There are other plant-based diets that are good, but they're not as good as a Nutritarian diet, or we've designed to eat all the healthiest foods. Mm-hmm. So the SOS-free means sugar, oil, and salt-free, because sugar, obviously, most people listening to our podcast probably know when I say sugar, I mean any highly ground flour acts like sugar. So white flour acts like sugar. So a bagel is sugar. A croissant is sugar. Italian bread is sugar. Mm-hmm. It's a sugar equivalent. It's just it's a cake. It's the cake diet. But what you're not considering sugar is probably berries, fruit. Correct. Even dates. That's correct, because that's not free sugar. White flour is free sugar. It enters the bloodstream with no significant nutrient load and it's not bound to fiber. When you eat fruit, the sugar is fiber bound, fed into the bloodstream slowly, and with the antioxidants and cofactors to deal with the energy production of those sugar calories. When you take the sugar from a processed food, you're taking it without the cofactors, the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are consumed in its utilization for energy. So it's shunted to fat production, leaving you fatigued even when you have not adequate calories. Completely different biological mechanisms.